All right, everyone. Welcome back to the Be Fit podcast. I'm your host, Connor Murphy, here joined with the one and the only DJ Costa. Whip, 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 whip.
I knew that was coming. The horn.
Also known as Buddy Costa. Most of you see this beautiful face and you think, oh man, that's Boston's best resident and local DJ. Well, little did you know, he's also on the global top 100 DJ list for
Polestar.
Polestar.
I forgot what it was.
Yeah.
What does it mean?
What is it for?
Ticket sales, actually. I was just going to say, I actually don't know what it's for, but it's for ticket sales through Ticketmaster.
Top 100 in
Top
the
100.
world.
Not to brag, but Elton John was on the list. Coldplay too. And Bad Bunny.
Probably a significant
I was number 100 though. Out of 100.
Hold on, let me rephrase that. Buddy was top 100. That's all we need to leave it at. We don't need to know the exact number.
Well, I'm truthful. I'm a big truthful guy. I don't lie. Don't need to pump it up at all. But yeah, it was 100. It's good.
Top 100.
Nice list. I'll never see it again, but it's fine. I made it.
Not more importantly, but here people see you as a DJ, but people probably don't know everything that you do for Big Night Entertainment Group. Let's start there. Let's kick this journey off with what you do now and then kind of how you got there.
Okay, what do I do now? Title is Director of Entertainment. What does that mean? I have no clue. I'm involved with about 50 different things. So day to day, I handle all the bookings for like local talent. So like, every headliner at Grand on Saturdays and Memoir on Saturdays and Shrine. I book all of them. I book all of our local team of DJs, Empire, Scorpion Bar, Mystique, Scorpion Bar, Patriot Plays, and all that. I pay all of them. I deal with all of their little whining, crybaby things that they bring up about equipment and who has what gig and who's where and all that. Hurley. And Hurley's actually great. So I deal with all of them, which we have like a team of about 12 or 13 guys and girls that are all amazing, the best people ever. So I'm just joking about that. And then I deal with, I'm involved with marketing. So I'm in kind of every aspect of marketing all over the place, which we have 1,000 things going on at once. And then I also am artist relations. So whenever a like Rick Ross or Snoop Dogg or Tiesto, Aoki comes to town, I'm kind of like the guy that deals with their tour managers. The team that I work with, an amazing logistics team here, they handle all the hotels, car service, dinner reservations, and all that. So it gets pretty spicy some weekends. Needless to say, there's some, fun things I have to do, some very annoying things we have to do equipment-wise, car service-wise, demands. It's a little bit of everything. I left out more stuff. I'm involved with Big Night Media, although Hurley's kind of taken my role for that, which is great, which I helped start. I started it. I used to have a podcast with Kyle. That doesn't really happen anymore. Burnt Toast, quick plug.
Bring it back.
Everyone wants to bring it back. What else do I do? I think that's it.
Let's talk about the Rippers.
The Rippers, my parties.
Let's talk about your parties. Before we kind of talk about how we got to where you are now as DJ Costa, let's talk about where we are right now.
Where we are right now is a great place. Every weekend's am I allowed to swear?
Yeah.
Every weekend's a fucking ripper. So it's actually funny I'm on a fitness podcast when my body's a trash can from Friday to Sunday.
Well, that's a relative point because people see Connor and they say, oh, well, he's just 100% dedicated fitness.
Beautiful specimen.
Eating, chicken and broccoli and doing that. And that's not for me. But when you draw back the curtain a little bit, and what people don't realize maybe is that you and I have worked together on nutrition.
Yes.
On exercise.
Yep.
We train every morning here in our office gym, or every Tuesday, Thursday morning in the office gym, getting in workouts. We've trained before for years at Reebok so that you are able to maintain and continue the quote unquote fucking rippers.
Yes, fucking rippers. That is very true. So before COVID, I was training with you, I think 3 days a week, and I was very strict with diet.
Sometimes 4.
And you actually got me to not drink for a whole month. I mean, this is very pitiful for me to say. Like, I'm like bragging about not drinking for a month. I didn't drink in this industry. That is very hard. So anyone that knows like what we do, it's very hard to go out. There's people coming to town all the time. Hey, take a shot. Let's do the shot. Hey, drink. Take a shot. Hey, take a shot. So it's like, you got to keep turning them down. For you got 1 month, didn't drink. You got me on the diet, fasting. I lost 20 pounds before COVID. And right around, I actually was probably in the best shape of my life all through like the first half of COVID.
Mm-hmm. And then we were still training.
We were training. You came to my house.
Yeah.
And then the depression set in around Thanksgiving of the first year of COVID, and it kind of just went downhill from there. And then, when we came back, I did well for a little bit, and then I'm ups and downs. We know that. I wouldn't really promote me as like one of your clients because I just don't look great today. It's like I think it's the lighting, but
well, think about this: is there's always this person may not be at their potential for their fitness, but think about how much further you could be falling off if it weren't for accountability and nutrition and our weekly workouts.
Yeah, I think I'd be 300 pounds.
We're going to put up the image. We're going to put it up there.
Oh, the before and after.
Before we started working and then where we are.
Yeah. I was a fat blob then. The before after I did during COVID was electric.
Yeah.
I was an absolute rocket that summer. And then now
hot boy.
That was a hot boy summer. I was taking my shirt off everywhere. I was like didn't care. Right now we're in the midst of like a comeback on the health train, let's say.
Hot boy summer's coming up.
Hot boy summer's coming. That's why we're training.
That's been the trend in our training.
Yes.
It's not just the typical CrossFit stuff that I do. After each one, we make sure we hit the muscles that really matter. So when you pop the top,
yes.
When we go tarps off
this summer. Yeah, I can't do that. It's just blubber like in the way. No, it's been great. Everything, you got like my wife was doing it for a while, the training, and then I've got other people. We did the fasting. The fasting I still legit do for the most part till noon, even on the weekends when it's hard if I'm hungover, which I sound like an absolute alcoholic right now on this show. But anyway, I like to party. I like to have fun. I try to take care of my body like Monday through Friday, and then kind of once Friday comes, I let loose. Is like my main goal. Does it always happen? No. I go off the rails a little during the week sometimes, but it also depends on my schedule. It gets a little crazy. Some days it's 7 nights a week. Some days it's 2 or 3 nights, but it's been great.
And I think what's important to listeners or people that listen to this is that it's not everyone who listens to this is that 100% dedicated. Like, oh my gosh, that person parties every weekend. I would say most fitness people, enthusiasts, and also instructors, a lot of the people that work with Big Night, that work with Big Night Fitness, It's like they like to enjoy their fitness. They like to enjoy the work that they're putting in. It's not always eat to train, eat and drink to support your fitness. Sometimes it is train to eat. Train really, really hard so that you can celebrate and enjoy.
That's the goal. I told you that the other morning. So I just want to get a little skinnier, healthier, and then just keep training and then just live and eat. I'm a big foodie, so that's the problem. Mm-hmm. Like someone like you eat to survive. I eat because I fucking love food.
Yeah, I have to remind myself constantly, like, have you eaten today?
Yeah, that's banana land.
It'll be like 4 o'clock and I'll just be like really struggling to focus and be like, oh yeah, food.
Yeah, that's twisted in my brain. Like I wake up, my eyes open. I'm like, what am I eating today? Look at the Bruins are on tonight. Let's get the small pizza tonight.
Yeah,
I'm a superstitious guy.
Always eats
Game
pizza
one
before the bees.
The bees is like the small cheese pizza. I didn't do it this round, so if they lose, that's why.
Well, we can start it up now because listen,
when do they play tomorrow?
We're down 2-3 right now.
We're gonna get the small pizza tomorrow night.
So we need you to hit that small pizza.
Small pizza tomorrow night, and if they win, this is why.
Exactly. You're welcome, Marshan. We hit the pizza.
I'm hitting the pizza.
How did you get to? I mean, I look at you on a stage, and I look at you at Grand, at Memoir, at Shrine, at Trio, at what's the lounge after dark that we went to on that
pool
trip?
After dark.
Pool after dark. And it's incredible. It's really, really cool to see, and I get to be kind of in that space with you, enjoying it and celebrating it, but it couldn't have just always been like that. It's not like, hey, every show that I play in this local area is going to be a sold out show. What led you up to that, or how did you get into this industry? What made you care about it, and what made you get to the point that you are right now?
Good question. We're gonna go cliff notes on this because it's long, but we'll start. How I got started was basically I worked at Kiss 108 in Boston on the morning show with actually my uncle just took it over, so congrats to him. But I worked intern for him, and it just so happens the owner of Big Night was kind of like a family friend. He interned for Billy on the morning show as well. So I've known Randy forever. I was on the morning show interning. I was like 19, 18. I was like, what the hell am I going to do in my life? I was like, I don't want to do I'm not going into sales. I'm not going into corporate America. Like I can't sit still. We all know that. So my uncle one day was just like, yo, you should DJ. He's like, you love music. You do all this stuff for the radio, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, you know what? I think I would be great. I think I would love it. He's like, go talk to Randy about it. Because at this time, Randy was a DJ and Big Night wasn't a thing yet. Randy was just a DJ. So I went and talked to Randy. He's like, dude, just get equipment, blah, blah, blah. You know, come out to my nights. Well, you know, I can show you the ropes a little and, you know, you learn the business. So I just bought I literally, this is the best part. I went to my father because I didn't have money. I was an 18-year-old college kid. I was like, Dad, can I get $5,000? He's like, for what? I'm like, I'm going to be a DJ. He's like, what? And then this is when my father was like high up in corporate America. So like, I knew it was going to be a battle. And he's like, what do you mean you're going to be a DJ? I was like, well, I just want to go down this road for a bit, see how it goes. He's like, okay, well, you need to develop a business plan and present it to me before I give you my credit card. And I was like, what? He's like, and if I give you the money, you're paying me back within a year. And I was like, okay, well, what if I have no fucking gigs, dude? He's like, well, figure it out. So I was like, okay. So my father was always hard on me growing up. Like now he's the biggest softie, but he was just always hard on me. So I went, created this business plan. And I swear to God, I found it recently, and I need to like bring it back out. It was like the shittiest thing I've ever seen in my life. It looked like my 3-year-old son Jack. He's 5 actually. My 5-year-old son Jack would write a better fucking business plan than this. So I wrote the business plan, presented it to him, and he was just like, okay. Like in his mind, he was like, this fucking dummy. He's just gonzo. And he's like, all right. Here you go. And he's like, you sure you know what you want? You did your homework. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, yeah, I know. So I went to Guitar Center, bought everything. I'm not joking. I must have practiced every day, all night for like a year or two. But before then, because I was on the radio station, I got gigs easily. So they would book me because I was from the morning show.
Yeah.
So I got, when I tell you, I must have been so fucking bad when I first started. I barely knew anything, and I was going into these like little bars, little shithole places, because Big Night wasn't a thing. I just played. No clue what I was doing. Just worked at it. And then, you know, a year or two later, Randy, you know, Shrine came about, and Randy's like, I got him done with DJing, I think. So you're going to take this role, that role. So I started taking smaller, crappier roles for him, because at that point, he was actually working with Ed and Joe, who the other two owners of Big Night. They were kind of like, oh, you know, you're going to get out DJing. So I started doing like Waterworks, which was Ocean Club, which everyone knew. And then we ended up opening Estate. Some DJ got sick one night. They put me in at the Estate. And I literally was the resident from then on for 8 years. And then I've opened every single venue of Big Night since then. And I've just grown from like shit DJ, you know, music director to, what am I now? Director of entertainment. And then, you know, resident, obviously we have Grand, Memoir, Shrine, and Big Night Live. So it's like just progressed into like each place, and I've just become the resident. And then, you know, I used to have a party called the DJ Costa's House Party at the Estate, where for some reason I just did this crazy party. I ordered these big mascot dinosaurs off Alibaba in China, and I threw a crazy ripper back then. Like that was like 2012, 13, 14, I forget when. And then that became like a staple party in the city. And then, you know, once that happened, that kind of started where like, oh shit, like I'm on to something with the party and brand and rippers. And then it's just carried, man. I don't know, it's like what, 7 or 8 years later and still going. But COVID for me, it sucked. But to be honest with you, it actually was a good thing for me, because I was so burnt out by the time COVID hit by doing so many gigs, that like it kind of let me regroup and figure out like what I wanted to do. I started making music. I put out a song that, you know, I was lucky enough to get on like Happy Beats on Spotify. It has 6.5 million streams now. If COVID didn't hit, I don't even know if that would have ever happened. So since we've come back from COVID, I've like really focused in on like what I want my brand to be, what I want my parties to be, what I want my nights to be. And it's just been working. People, I think, just like crazy shit.
People like the carefreeness of it. I think it's less than, you know, you go to a big name artist and everyone's like, it's a fancy night.
A little uptight. You know why? Like,
we're drinking the nice stuff. Rather than it's like the same level, but almost. And I don't want to say this is an insult. It's almost like frat party vibes, to where it's like
not an insult.
To where it's like, it's okay to just sit there and drink beer and not have to, you know, order like the top level bottle. It's like, it's okay to just be yourself and to dance and be ridiculous, because you're up there wearing a mink robe with
the unicorn jacket
hat on. Yeah. And people are like, you know what? Fuck, it's not that big of a deal. You get some wild animals. I've seen some guys do some crazy stuff at your shows on the DJ booth.
Backflips.
Yeah.
Who would do that?
Wild.
No, my whole thing with everyone's welcome. And my thing is, I even get on the mic, like, forget about all the shit in your life. Just for these like 2 hours, just like have fun. Drink tequila and just have fun. And that's what you see all night. I'm giving out shots. Like,
oh yeah.
I mean, God knows how much I actually go through in a night, which we're not going to talk about because I don't want anyone alarms going up. Yeah. But the amount of tequila we drink in a night, between like I'm giving it out to the tables on each side of me, blah blah blah. And then, the next day I'm getting DMs from the tables like, dude, that was the best night ever. Thank you so much. Like, I have this going on in my life. And I was able just to forget about it for like 2 hours and just like have fun with the, the homies or like my girl so like that's always been my thing is like just come out, have fun, forget about all, because everyone has real life shit. Like everybody, I don't care who you are, no matter what, there's something going on in someone's life. So coming out to our nights or my nights at our venues, it's like just let loose and have fun and like laugh the next day. Like, holy shit, did that really happen? Like, did he really play that song last night? What an absolute loser. I love when I get like requests be like, did you really play that last night? I'm like, yeah, who cares?
I think that's a piece of it. I think that's a piece of what it is, to where you'd play a song that's so ridiculous that everyone loves. It's like the NSYNC, the pre-emo,
the emo
boy
shit,
and girl
big
songs.
emo guy. Yep.
It's like the people that really truly care about that. It's the songs people are listening to. It's the songs that'll come on the radio in the car. And if no one else is in the car, people are singing their heart out too. And you're playing that, and everyone else is having a good time. So it almost allows people to be like, "Fuck it, like let's do some karaoke to this song."
Well, that's yeah. I mean, we saw that when you took a mic into the crowd last week. Yeah, I mean that's my big thing. I just want everyone to have fun, and like I say to everyone that comes with me, like if you're not gonna have fun, like you're not near me that night, because whatever's happening in the DJ booth or around the DJ booth like portrays out to the crowd. So if you have people just standing there like on their phone, it's like I kick them out. I'm like, get the fuck out. Yeah. Like you're not part of my crew. Like if you're with me, you're having fun, which whenever you come, we lose all control, and it's a great thing.
Fun. It's fun.
At the end of each show, I'm drained. And it's like sounds stupid because it's like you're just playing music for a living, dude. Relax. But it's like it's just some nights it's so much energy between just like making, there's 1,000 people some nights. It's like you're trying to make 1,000 people have fun. You're never gonna make 100% of them have as much fun as you think. Yeah. But my goal is always like 70% of the people there are gonna have the best night of their life, and the loudest. It's always very loud.
Yes, I wear earplugs.
It's very loud.